Well, now that the Super Bowl is over, the sports world turns its attention to baseball. Spring training starts this week, but what usually is a busy time here in Southwest Florida, this year comes with a lot of uncertainty. Fox 4 Morning News anchor Chris Shaw has spent the last week gathering information. He is live at JetBlue Park to tell us what he's found. Good morning, Chris.
Yeah, Lisa, there are a lot of questions, even though from the outside things appear to be normal here at JetBlue Park. The pitchers and catchers can start reporting here today, and we've already seen a number of ushers and other new hires go through this gate right here for a new hire orientation that's about to get started. But Lisa, you mentioned uncertainty, and there certainly is a lot of that right now. It has to do with Hurricane Ian, but also because we haven't had a normal spring training since 2019. So there are a lot of questions about what we can expect, and the big one is, will people still show up? I asked that question to the CEO of the Fort Myers Chamber of Commerce, and he says we should get that answer in the next couple of weeks, and we'll know it for sure if things like traffic and dinner reservations get hard to come by in places where we don't usually have those problems this time of the year.
In a normal year, spring training is a home run in Lee County. So much money is generated, it barely fits on the Green Monster scoreboard at JetBlue Park. But that $69 million you see is from a 2018 study. And since then, COVID wiped out part of spring training in 2020. The next year, a limited number of tickets were made available because of the pandemic. And the player lockout last year cut spring training in half. So I wanted to ask Lee County Commissioner and CEO of the Fort Myers Chamber of Commerce, Brian Hammond, if he expects fans to return.
I think the spring training guests will be coming back this year because it's a 100-year tradition here in Lee County to have spring training here, and I think a lot of our visitors are looking forward to coming back.
That's certainly the hope, but baseball these days, like business, is a game of numbers. So let's go back to the monster. That 2018 survey found 71% of fans who come in from out of town stay in hotels or a rental home. On average, they spend 5 nights in Lee County, and this is important. At least 22% of them stay on barrier islands like Fort Myers Beach or Sanibel. And we know that because of Hurricane Ian, almost none of those rentals are open. In fact, countywide, 66% of hotels are back up and running. So the question is that enough?
I think the 2/3 is going to be extremely full, actually.
And to find rooms in full hotels, Hammond believes fans will shift where they spend their money.
I look at this spring training season as an opportunity actually for areas like Cape Coral and downtown Fort Myers and some of those inland communities to see some tourism that maybe they hadn't seen before.
So that may mean more traffic in places that don't usually get it, but in dollars and cents, in the average spring training, Lee County hotels make $18 million, restaurants $14 million, and retail shops $9 million. And that's just in 2 months.
If you're seeing some slow times in the wake of Hurricane Ian, this could be that shot in the arm that might help get you through this season.
And here's some more perspective for you. The general manager of the Red Sox Florida operations tells me season ticket sales for spring training are about 95% of where they usually are. And he says that other ticket sales are on track for pre-pandemic levels. So it seems like ticket sales are headed in the right direction. Again, though, the big question here in Southwest Florida after Ian, the availability of hotel rooms and the impact that could have on the rest of us who are not even going to games. Now, the ballparks are mostly ready with a few exceptions. JetBlue is still waiting on FEMA for a couple of things, and I'll tell you about that on Fox 4 Morning News at 8:30. Reporting live in Fort Myers, Chris Shaw, Fox 4.